Hello, my name is Bhavik, Dhanak, and I will be presenting to you my business, Aesthetic Imprints. So growing up, I've always loved fashion. I've always had a passion for fashion. And I wanted to start my own clothing brand, but all these companies would charge an arm and a leg just to print a few shirts. So that's when my parents loaned me a couple $100s, and I got my first inexpensive machine here. And yes, that is the main entrance of my parents' house that I completely blocked off. Now, the custom printing market value in 2019 is worth $7 billion, and in 2025 it is projected to hit $10 billion. And not only that, but over 2 billion t-shirts are sold in the US every year, and most of those are custom printed t-shirts. Now, my main target is Montgomery County, where there are 206 schools and 27,000 plus employer establishments, which is a lot of businesses and schools that I can gain as clients, and even more clothing brands and organizations. Now, I have a lot of competitors such as Custom Ink and Vistaprint and dozens of local shops around the area. But how I differentiate is I offer more personality, such as face-to-face interactions and physical samples, so you can feel the quality of the shirt instead of just guessing off of a picture, quicker turnaround time with better pricing, including free digital templates, and best of all, no screen setup charge like most companies do. So Aesthetic Imprints is a custom imprinting company specializing in screen printing, but I also offer heat press and vinyl decal services, and I print on a variety of different apparel, and I've been operating as a sole proprietor since 2016 out of my parents' basement. Thanks, Mom. So last year I invested into new equipment, which allows me to be more efficient and produce higher quality prints overall. And speaking of quality, here's some of my work where I've done work for security firms, landscaping companies, individual clothing lines such as Unemployed, Yank, Bizzotti, and even schools and sports such as fraternities, personalized jerseys, and I've even started printing on bags such as wedding tote bags. And if you have a newborn or infant, there's no reason they should be left out. So they should look as fantastic as you do in your new apparel. So now that you know what I do, how do I make money? Here's an order of 50 t-shirts for a simple one-color print where it costs on a 100% cotton t-shirt where I get about $300 in revenue with $6 per shirt. And now that's a profit of $150. Now here's that same order with a national competitor, Custom Ink, where they charge 25% more than what I do, and they take twice as long to get you that order. Now the great thing about this business is that the upsell opportunities are endless. The shirts being passed out to you are prime examples of just that. I'm going to show you 5 ways I can upsell in this business. First is the shirt itself is a better quality t-shirt. Every time I present that shirt in front of a client, they always go with that t-shirt. Also, if you look in the neck tags, that's actually my logo, Aesthetic Imprints, but other companies and clothing brands can put their own logo on there to fully personalize the shirt. In addition to that, I also print on the sleeves, and that is great for sponsorship events or any other logos. And another add-on is the design itself is not a simple one-color print anymore. It's a 4-color print, and that just makes the shirt pop even more. And lastly, the shirts are polybagged and folded, which is great for corporate giveaways, gifts, and even a retail finished look. Now this is an added value of $475, bringing in a revenue of $775 and a profit of $516 now. Now some of the ways I get my customers is my website, where they can actually browse the digital catalog to see what I offer, and even social media. Now since I started this business, I've done $27,000 in sales and $18,000 in profit, but I've invested $15,000 into equipment, which kind of made me broke. So I'm at a net profit of $3,000, and my average sale is $245, and I try to get at least 50% profit margins on every order. Now my 2020 projections are $40,000 in sales and $20,000 in profit. Here's a graph where I've done $18,000 in sales, and my sales have really spiked last month where I did $5,000 in sales. Now the great thing about working out of my house is I don't pay rent, so no overhead, and I can just roll out of bed and work whenever I want, and I get delicious home-cooked meals. Thanks again, Mom. Now, everyone knows in a residential home, your water supply freezes. So that's a downside for me because I need water to thoroughly clean each screen so it is ready for the next order. In addition to that, currently I only do screen printing and heat press, so a lot of people ask me if I do embroidery, but I have to kindly decline. That's why if I were to win here today, I use the money to purchase a washout booth, which would let me clean the screens indoors, and it would increase my efficiency, making me environmentally friendly with a filtration system, and the revenue earned would be used to purchase an embroidery machine. And I thank you here today for your interest in my business and my passion for fashion.
Well done presentation. Love the enthusiasm.
Thank you.
Love the shirt too, right?
Thank you.
Well
That's
done.
yours. That's
Hey,
yours.
Bribery can go far in business, okay? So well done. Don't write that down. Yes. I do have a question. So there's 206 schools in Montgomery County. That's your main target market. One of your strengths is you're going to have, personal face-to-face. So how are you going to get around? How are they going to find out that you exist out there? I mean, what's your game plan there?
Well, now that I've built my reputation, I have a website, I have social media, I have a lot of work that I can get. Now all I have to do is approach them and show them my work, and I have a strong portfolio to back that up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is great. It was a really good presentation. Love the energy. I'm curious, because I think you have a great product here. I really like the shirt.
I hope it fits.
As more people come to the website and find out about you, I'm sure you're doing some social media advertising. How are you going to keep up with production? Seems like just yourself, it may not be enough to your sales continue to spike up 5,000, 10,000 a month. What's your plan for that?
That's actually a great question. I didn't get to touch on that during the presentation, but like I said, I work out of my house, and currently I do everything myself. But if I were to hire employees, I don't want them coming to my house, and I'm kind of living lavish, so I don't have to pay rent or anything. So when my production does increase, it's going to hurt me to do this. Mom, close your ears. I'm going to have to move out and move into a shop and hire employees to do that for me. So when that happens, I do plan on moving out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great presentation. It was very funny. Goes a long way. Sometimes it just matters how you make people feel in your presentation. To get people excited, emotionally connected is big, so well done. I think the t-shirt business is a great business. You don't have to be a billionaire. You could be a millionaire and be very successful with your t-shirt business. There's a huge demand for it. Just doing custom tees in this area, you could be a millionaire. Maybe one day you get bought for your high sales growth or your production value, and then you become a billionaire. But great product. Thanks for giving it to us. It goes a long way. It goes a long way that you already have sales. I like that you have a lack of embroidery. That means it's a good focus. Have you thought about fraternities and sororities as a focus? Because they spend a lot of money.
Well, one of the works I did show you was a fraternity that I do work for. That's the national fraternity, which I do always do their work. But I do want to branch out into more fraternities where in this month, I'm looking to do some fraternities in Salisbury.
I think you did I thought you did a really wonderful job of giving us a complete SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You outlined the fact that it is a really competitive space. This isn't a critique as much as it is a suggestion. You talked about how you can differentiate yourself, and I thought you were really smart to walk us through the business model of just one item. I mean, that really gives us as judges a sense of how you know how to scale this business. Another way to scale it is just to think about drop shipping. I don't know to what extent, if ever you've thought about that, but now when people order products, not only do they want those products, they might want those products to be sent to other people who purchase them off of their own e-commerce site or something like that. So just another way to really, really upsell people, but really fantastic job.
Thank you.
So this is a little, I guess a different slant, but I don't think you should totally abandon the billion-dollar idea. Under Armour only sold to colleges because that's where Kevin Plank had his base with. And if you want to start your base small and grow it, that's fine. The differentiator was the technology of the material. So I would ask that you start considering, as you're growing the business, what is your differentiator and how can you make your company stand out? I think that you have a great principle. The only thing I'd ask, and maybe it's just I'm getting old, if you'd slow down just a little bit in your presentation, because you talk very fast, but it's very exciting and it's a wonderful you're a very good presenter and marketer. So that's great. I congratulate you for that. But just something to think about for the future, because there is an opportunity for somebody with your talent to be able to take it to the next level. You just have to decide what that level will look like.
Thank you. And also on the billion-dollar market, if I came out like I was neglecting it, I wasn't. I was just stating that my main focus for now is Montgomery County, but I am aiming towards that billion-dollar market as well. I'm sorry if I came out wrong.
No, that's great.
Thank you.